deep in endless deserts of Sahara, this is one of the most dangerous train rides in the world. The floor is filled with iron ore, and yet I will be sleeping here tonight. It's 1 p.m. The sun is cruel today. The temperature is hitting around at 50 degrees. There are no seats, no shade, just iron dust and desert wind. Sand is everywhere, in my clothes, my face, my bag. There's no escaping it. Guys, the journey is only getting tougher as time passes. From Nouadhibou to the very limits of the Sahara, this train ride isn't just adventure, it's survival on steroids. Welcome to the heart of the Sahara. To aboard the legendary iron ore train of Mauritania. Welcome to a brand new video. Right now I'm in Nouadhibou, the second largest city in Mauritania. It's a place most people have never even heard of, but I'm about to dive into a big adventure here and explore what this unique corner of the world has to offer. Many of you haven't heard of Mauritania. It's a country in Northwest Africa and about 90% of it is pure desert. There's a huge train here that carries iron ore across the country. It's a commercial train, not for passengers, but it plays a big role in the economy. And I'll be riding it right through the middle of the Sahara Desert. So here in Nouadhibou, I am with Mr. Surjit. He is originally from Patna, India. He lives here now and helps a lot of Indians who come through this area. I got in touch with him and he's been incredibly generous, even offered to drop me off at the railway station. So I just checked out from the hotel and now I'll be sitting with him in the car as he drops me off. From the railway station, I'll be taking the train to a place called Zouerat. So let's head to the station then. Shall we go, Mr. Surjit?
Yeah.
Great. People here speaks only Arabic and French, no English, specifically a local dialect called Hassaniya Arabic. It was my third day in Mauritania, and I still hadn't been able to talk to anyone, so it really felt good meeting Mr. Surjit. We sat at the reception and had a proper conversation. I could finally talk to someone in my own language. You'd probably know about Mauritania from the last videos. I've already shared a few facts earlier. It's an entirely Sunni Muslim country, and most of it is just desert. Water is quite scarce here. They do have the Senegal River down south, though it actually belongs to Senegal, and they get some water from it. About 1/3 of the entire population lives in Nouakchott, the capital and the largest city of Mauritania, and Nouadhibou is their famous port city, also well known for the massive train that carries iron ore all the way to Zouerat. Iron ore mining happens in Zouerat. The train leaves from Nouadhibou empty, travels all the way to Zouerat, gets loaded with iron ore, and then comes back to Nouadhibou. Once it unloads here, it heads back to Zouerat again, and this cycle runs non-stop for 365 days a year. It's an almost 3-kilometer long train, and walking from one end to the other will take around 30 minutes. I'll keep telling you more about the train, but for now these are the streets of Nouadhibou. I need to buy some water on the way, because even though the train is scheduled for around 1:30 to 2 p.m, it never really arrives on time. It's around 12:30 noon right now. I'll be waiting at the railway track and I'll start the journey whenever the train arrives. I'll also need to buy some water and food before that, because I won't be getting any once I'm there. I've got a blanket with me as it gets cold at night out there. I also have some clothes and a face covering, but I don't have enough water right now, so I'll buy some water and a few chocolates on the way. What you see here is the airport boundary wall, and right now we're driving right alongside it. This is the entrance to the airport. Flights to Spain also depart from here. It's not a very large airport, but it's good that they at least have one in this city. I bought a few things for about 850 UGIA, which is around $21.38. So for around $21, I got 6 liters of water. I already had some water with me, so now I've got about 7 to 8 liters in total, which is enough for this train journey. I got some dry fruit packets. I already had almonds but bought a few more. Also picked up 2 chocolates, and I already have 2 or 3 in my bag. Now even if I don't get anything to eat, I can survive for 2 days on just these. Alright, now let's head to the railway station. As soon as I get there, I'll wait for a bit. Hopefully the train won't be too late. And once it arrives, I'll board it and finally start the journey. This is the government hospital here in Nouadhibou. This is the railway station of Nouadhibou. You might think I'm joking, but I'm not. This really is the railway station here. Okay, here we go. I've got too many bags with me now. It's getting a bit much to handle. This is the station. This one has my blanket, some water, and something to cover my face. Sarjeet is talking to the locals since he can speak some French. He's asking when the train will leave and whether it's even going today because there's no fixed time. Sometimes it gets delayed by 12 to 15 hours. One guy even boarded it at 2 a.m. And honestly, there's no telling how late it could be. Mr. Sarjeet is leaving now.
Bye bye.
He really helped me a lot. The time right now is just past 1, and you can assume the train isn't showing up anytime before 3 p.m. A lady who was selling things here told me the train won't arrive before 3 p.m. at least. I'll rest for about 2 hours now. She said more people will come later. It's still pretty empty right now. A few people are sleeping around, and I'll do the same. You must be thinking, since people are waiting here, is this a passenger train? But like I said earlier, it's a commercial freight train. It sometimes has 1 or 2 wagons for passengers, but they're not always attached, or I don't know exactly about it. People just board it illegally. Well, illegal or legal, you can decide that for yourself. The National Railway is actually owned by the mining company here, and they're well aware that people travel like this. There's just no other option. This is the only railway line in the country, around 700 kilometers long, and there's no other way to travel across. Most people here are poor. They can't afford cars, and there's no bus service either. So they ride this train for free. It's quite risky, and honestly, dangerous too. It's 1:45 p.m. right now, and a police officer just showed up. There is a small office here at the station. It was locked earlier. He came in and started shouting at everyone who was sleeping inside except me. This happened about 15 minutes ago, around 1:30 p.m. Surprisingly, he actually spoke nicely to me, even greeted me, but he really shouted hard at the others. He took everyone inside the room for checking and started shouting at them loudly. He was really harsh with the locals, but spoke nicely to me the whole time. Then he called me inside. While he thoroughly checked everyone else, with me he just used a metal detector and that's it. He even pretended to write down my name and number on a piece of paper. Yeah, he wanted a bribe. It was pretty obvious from the way he was behaving. Then he closed the door and straight up asked for 200 ugia. I thought of just giving it to him, since I had no idea how long I'd have to stay here. So maybe I'd get some assistance, and I gave the money. No one is sleeping now. Everyone's alert or else he'll come back and start shouting again. But I'll sleep at ease now. I've already paid him. If he bothers me again, I'll fight back and tell him I've made a video of him and I'll leak it if he says anything. So now I'll just rest for a while. It's around 4:15 p.m. now, and well, this is what the track looks like. The train, still no sign of it. And just look at all this garbage lying outside the railway station. Alright, I'll head back to the railway station now. Can you believe it? People even bring goats on this train. It's 5:45 p.m. now. It's been over 5 hours since I got here and still no train. The crowd at the station has definitely grown, but the train still hasn't shown up. I was really hoping it would come before it gets dark, so I could actually see the views of the Sahara Desert. If it comes after sunset, I'll have to wait till morning. No other option. It's about to get dark now, and honestly, I don't think the train's coming anytime soon. I heard some noise and got my hopes up, but nope, it wasn't the train. It's almost 7 p.m. now. I went and asked the guard about the train, and he told me it's expected around 9 p.m. So yeah, looks like there's still a bit of waiting to do. It's 8:45 p.m. now, and there's still no sign of the train. No updates, nothing at all. It's even more crowded now, and I've already been waiting here for over 9 hours. I've just been going in and out of the station, trying to pass the time somehow. It's currently 10:13 p.m. and still no sign of the train. They've opened the gate, but I have no idea what for. Look at them, just lying around without a care, like it's the most normal thing ever. It's almost 10:45 p.m. and suddenly everyone stood up. I'm hoping that means the train's finally here. I'm totally worn out.
It has arrived? Okay.
All right, everyone's gathered here now, but I still don't see the train. And where's my companion? Oh, there he is. It's completely pitch dark with people all around, and I can barely see a thing. I'm honestly wondering how we're even going to get on the train in this kind of darkness. It's already 11 p.m. and there's still no sign of the train. Honestly, people came way too early for nothing. I can see fireflies glowing around, and the sky is so clear, even the stars are shining bright tonight. The officer who took the bribe from me came back and took me to a spot away from the crowd. He even assigned 2 men to look after me, saying I'm an American. So I've got those 2 guys with me now. One of them is named Mike. They only know a few basic words in English, simple things like, my name is Mike, and not much beyond that. So yeah, here we are, still waiting for the train. The train's finally here, and honestly, it's massive. It just keeps going and going. Feels like it has no end. It has 3 or 4 diesel engines pulling it. That's how huge and heavy this thing is. Oh man. But where do I even get in now? It's so dark, I can't see a thing. He brought me to the passenger carriage, or maybe the engine. No, it's the passenger one, but it's way too crowded. I'm not sitting here.
Vamos, Mike.
Climb, brother.
Good? ¿Está bien? No? Oh.
Already 5 people sleeping in there, no space.
Next. Merci, brother. Heavy. Oh. Okay, no problem. Yeah.
I've got 1 bag with me, but I'll climb up with it. No problem in that. Go on, brother. Pull your pants up, please. Alright, we're inside the wagon now. It's completely dark in here. Everything's covered in black dust. Look at this. There's iron ore scattered all over the floor. This is exactly where I'll have to sleep tonight. There are already a few people inside, quietly settled in their spots. The train has started. I've laid down the blanket I bought yesterday, spread it right over the iron ore. Here is my food and water. I've also covered the bags with sacks and polythene. I laid down the blanket I bought yesterday, right on top of the iron ore. This is what I'll be sleeping on tonight, and yeah, it can even hurt the face if I'm not careful. So I'll have to cover my face properly. I've kept water bottles, dry fruits, and whatever little I have right here next to me. Time to get some rest now. I'll meet you in the morning and tell you how the night went on this train. Welcome to this morning from the train. I missed recording the sunrise as I was fast asleep. The night was cold, but I managed to rest a bit. And as you can see, everyone is still sleeping here. I moved my bedding to this spot. I was sleeping over there earlier, but once the sun came up, I moved here into the shade. So you can see these are the conditions inside. People resting wherever they can with iron ore scattered all over. The bag got filled with sand even though I had covered it. I just cleaned it, but still, this is how it looks. See, this is the plastic covering, and look at my hands, completely covered in sand. And that's my big bag, filled with sand now, all because there was a small hole in the plastic. It got so cold at night, I couldn't even sleep. The ground is all sandy here, and once the sun sets, the temperature really drops. So I put on a few layers of clothing. But since it's really hot right now, I've taken them off. And the top layers I wore were completely filled with sand. But thankfully, the ones underneath are okay. The train gave so many jerks through the night. It was running at full speed, and while I was trying to sleep, the jolts were strong enough to shake my whole body. At times, the blanket I was using as bedding even slipped away from under me because of how loud and sudden the jerks were. But then I got used to those jerks. They just became too frequent to notice after a point. It's been around 12 hours since we left, and now the train has stopped at Choom, one of the main stops on the route. It did stop once earlier too, but that was barely for 5 minutes. I think this is their main station. From here, it should be around a 5 to 6 hour journey to the final stop. Funny enough, I couldn't sleep for the first 4 to 5 hours. I got on the train around 11 pm, and for the first 4 to 5 hours, my body was full of excitement. I could see the stars above, and it truly felt like I was in the middle of an adventure. Although I was really tired and it was well past my usual sleep time, I just couldn't fall asleep due to the excitement. I finally fell asleep around 4 am, and now it's 11 am. So it's been about 12 hours since the journey began. And it's been almost 23 hours since I first came to the station. I reached around 12 to 12:30 pm yesterday. In the next hour or so, it'll be a full 24 hours since this journey began. It's still a 5 to 6 hour journey ahead. I'll figure out where to stay once I reach Zouerat. Some local kids have come by to sell a few things. This track was built between 1960 and 1963. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a 700-kilometer long railway line, and the train itself stretches around 3 kilometers. It actually takes around 30 minutes just to walk from one end to the other. The whole operation is run by the mining company. All the passengers on this train that you see are without tickets. There is a passenger wagon attached to it, and a ticket for that costs around 6 euros. That's roughly 200 to 250 ugia. And I think it has about 20 to 30 seats, but they let in extra people. The officer just picks whoever he wants to be in it. So yes, they definitely overload it beyond capacity. And as I got to know, there are 3 trains in total, which also added to the confusion at the station. No one was sure if this was the right one or not, since only this one stops at the station. And people want to sit in that wagon, but it's incredibly uncomfortable. A lot of people squeeze into a very small space. Hence, this is way better, even though you'll just be covered in sand, but you can at least sleep comfortably on the way. This train is powered by 3 to 4 diesel engines and consists of over 200 carts, each capable of carrying up to 84 tons of iron ore. It also includes 2 to 3 service cars. The train runs throughout the year and in total transports a staggering 16.6 million tons of iron ore annually. And as I told you, the train plays a significant role in Mauritania's economy and contributes highly to the country's GDP. This train uses an SA3 coupler, which is quite unusual for non-Soviet trains. You'll typically find it in places like Finland, Poland, Russia, Ukraine, or the former Soviet Union, but it's rare to see one in Mauritania. I think the train's about to move. I just felt a strong jerk a moment ago. It's 1 pm now and the temperature has hit around 45 degrees. The entire area is baking under the sun. There's just no shade to be found anywhere. There was some shade here earlier when the sun was on the other side, but now it's directly overhead. It's just scorching out here. Conditions are starting to get tough now. It was hard earlier too, but not this much. I didn't really feel the strain until now. Still about 3 to 4 hours to go. I mean, even if I take the phone out for just a minute, the charging port gets filled with sand, and then it won't charge at all. The phone's screen guard is damaged. With all the iron ore, sand, and dust around, it's really taken a toll on the screen. But luckily, the camera lenses are still safe. No scratches or damage so far. Well, I can always get the screen guard replaced. I have 2 phones and honestly, both are in pretty rough shape right now. Everything is completely covered in sand. Even the clothes and other stuff inside the bag are filled with it. I even feel sand inside the clothes I'm wearing right now. And when I'm speaking, I feel like I'm inhaling a lot of sand with every breath. Everything is completely covered in sand. There's no escaping it out here. The main problem now is there's no shade left anywhere. The sand isn't the issue, it's the sun. I still have around 4 hours to go with nothing to shield me from this heat. I left the hotel 25 hours ago, and since then I've been traveling, and these are the conditions in one of the most dangerous and longest trains in the world. I wiped the phone screen to record, but it gets covered in sand again within a minute. Even before I can put the cloth away, it gets completely drowned in sand all over again. I've lost count of how many times I've washed my hands. I clean them every time before picking up the phone. But still, this is what my hands end up looking like. It's all a mix of iron ore, sand, and dust. The water I have now is boiling hot. In the morning it was nice and cold since the night had been chilly. Those bottles were straight out of the fridge back then. Now the same water feels like boiling water. Honestly, I don't feel like doing anything right now. Just hoping to find some shade to get even a little relief from this sun. Look, we've almost reached Zouerat. This is where the iron ore is mined straight from these rocks. Alright, I'll start packing things up now. Time to get ready to leave. This one here is the bag I had kept for the blanket, and this one had the small bag inside, and just look at how my hands have ended up. That's my big bag. There's a hole in it, so I'm sure it's filled with sand. This is the train loaded with iron ore now departing. I'll be boarding the same one tomorrow, but from here, Zouerat to Choum.
Zouerat?
Let's go. I've been shaking this for the past 5 minutes, but the sand on the blanket just won't come off. This one's still okay. Yeah, this one's completely covered in sand. I just got down from the train. Others are also getting down now. The conditions are really tough. Grateful to Mike, he helped me a lot. I have no idea where to go right now. We'll check if the internet is working. Hope it does. My entire body feels like it's filled with sand. I've been inhaling it through my nose and mouth. Feels so weird right now. Taxis are already waiting here for those getting off the train. Looks like they arrive in advance and seem to be shared taxis. Mike will help me get a taxi. He's a great man. Everyone on the local train was really nice and helpful. Oh man, look at the condition of the cars here. Mike was a great guy and really helped me out a lot. Now I'll head to a place called La Jibril to check if I can find a room. If not, I'll call Mohammed. He's a local tour guide whose number I got from a Facebook group. So I'll go try finding a room there and see if I can get something decent. Mohammed told me to pay this driver 80 ugia, which is roughly around $2. Let's go, but just look at this car. Uncle's clearly not in the mood to move today. What kind of door is this? It just swings open on its own. I guess he's just thinking of getting more passengers on the way. These hills you see can pretty much be considered the backbone of the country. The economy relies heavily on them. If these rocks and mines weren't here, the whole system would likely collapse. We've almost reached Zouerat now. I thought it was close by, but it ended up being a 20-minute ride, around 20 kilometers from where we started. This is the railway track. It looks like the train is filled up from right here and might depart from here too. So some soldiers stopped us at a checkpoint. They took my passport and started asking questions. Where am I going? Why am I here? All that stuff. Uncle, the driver, is nice. I made him talk to Muhammad, who explained everything to him, and then he explained it all to the soldiers. They took down my details and handed the passport back while I was still in the car. They didn't ask too many questions. Zouerat looks like a nice little city to me. I'm actually quite excited to explore it. Not many people do the complete train ride. Most get off earlier in Chom, but I wanted to come all the way to Zouerat and explore the city. It's always fun to visit such isolated places, the ones that feel disconnected from the world. That's why I came, to see what life is like here. I've heard this one before. And Mr. Surjeet, who I met in Nouadhibou, told me that people often get sick on this train ride. I really hope I don't fall sick myself. Thankfully, I don't feel sick right now. There are so many ACs here. Almost every house has one. Are these houses or hotels? Feels unlikely that every home would have an AC. Not really sure what these are. Maybe guest houses for the mining company. That would make more sense. Wait, is this our hotel? They do have a room, but it cost 950 Ugia, around $23.90. I asked to see it first since the reception wasn't too clean, though this hotel did look nice from the outside. I got the room and will show it to you in a bit. Time to say goodbye to Uncle. He asked for 150 Ugia, which I think is fair enough.
Yeah. Tau, shukran. Thank you, Tau, मान गए. Tau, you are great. Bye bye, Tau. Bye, take care, love you.
I've got over 150 kilograms of weight with me. 100 kilograms is me and 50 kilograms is just sand. Now I'll go to my room, take a nice bath, grab something to eat, and then finally get some much needed sleep. The room actually has an AC, interestingly. I saw that and agreed to take it as I need this right now. This is the room. That's the AC. Here's a mirror, a chair, and a bed. Not sure if the fridge works though. And here's the bathroom. I mainly wanted a shower and thankfully they have that. A shower comes first, everything else can wait. It's 6 p.m. now and I look like a mama's boy after that shower. They had a small soap bar in the bathroom, but I used the big soap bar I brought with me. I hadn't used it before, but with all that sand, it's already down to half its size. I had so much sand and dirt on me that it just wouldn't come off in one go. I can still see the color difference on my arm. The sand hasn't completely come off. The iron ore and dust seem to have absorbed into the skin, so it might take 2 to 3 proper showers to come off. After bathing, I lied down since the AC was working. The only issue is the internet. Neither the Wi-Fi nor my own data is working and it was frustrating. So, now I'll go eat something, spend the night here and just rest. Everyone here was telling me like one of them is from Senegal, so I was asking them about the language they speak. So he told me.
Pular,
Hasni.
French,
Hasni.
Hasnia,
Sonike.
Sonike. Olof, okay.
Maybe
Olof, Senegal?
Bombara. Olof ici, ya Olof ici. Senegal, ya Olof.
Okay.
Ya Pular, ya Sonike.
Uh-huh.
Ya tout là. Ya English.
English.
Francis.
English.
so. They majorly speak French and Pular. They don't know English, but Hassania Arabic. Nouadhibou, I Hassania.
Nodibu, Hassania.
Hasnia.
Nokshot, Hassania.
Tout Hasnia Pular. Il y a beaucoup de mélange.
Mauritania.
Mauritanie, c'est 5 langues. Mauritanie, c'est 5
But-
langues. Pular,
Okay.
français,
Francis.
anglais.
English.
Hasnia.
No English. No English.
No English.
Francis, no? Okay. No English.
Pular,
Pular.
Sonike,
Sonike.
Olof,
Olof.
Bombara,
Bombara.
Hassani.
Oh, so many.
5.
Sank.
Yes.
But
Middle English?
you know No Haratin?
No.
Olof.
Yes, Arabic. Mais Arabic, c'est C'est même langue, c'est Hassani, c'est la même
Ah,
chose.
okay.
Arabe, c'est comme ça.
Same.
Ouais. C'est
Me
comme ça.
same.
Yes, yes. Yes, mais la langue, c'est Hassani.
Me also a senior.
This lad here was with me on the train.
How? My friend Nodibu. Train.
Terrain.